Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are going to be releasing my ultimate 4-3-3 again as part of the ultimate series, the best tactics you guys can use for completely free just by checking out the video. So let's get right into it. But before we do, I want to quickly say we are now live streaming on Twitch. The link is going to be in the description, but it is simply Josh Daly but replacing A with an X. And also there is now a Discord available. A lot going on the channel, so be sure to get involved. So let's get into the testing phase of a video then, and we're going to start off with a Górnik, obviously in the Polish division, and this is going to be a team which was requested by a viewer, so hopefully you're happy with how this went. We managed to score 82 goals in this division and only conceded 21. Now, I know I said this was going to come out last week, this tactic, but I have to make sure, especially the ultimate ones, are the best. I personally believe a 4-3-3 can be for this relevant patch of the game, relevant whatever you want to call it. And this is definitely what I've come up with, and it works ridiculously well with any sort of standard of team. So we're going to start things off, and as I said, we're obviously champions. We also won the Polish FA Cup, managing to score a reasonable amount of goals. And one thing which I'm going to say, which I really did like about this tactic, probably my favourite thing overall, is the fact that them front three players are all told to go out and score goals. So you do actually get a nice mixture of goal scorers in this tactic. You'll notice it a lot more as we get up to the better sides. But even with this, obviously you can see the striker contributing. We've even got one of the attacking midfielders contributing. Another attacking midfielder. We've got 34-16, 13-12, a few on 5. And in these divisions, obviously, we don't have the best quality of players, but we still come out and put on quite a good attack and display, scoring, over 80 goals, ranking us the best. So it is very good to see. And in terms of assisters, we've got 22 assists coming in from Danny Pacheco, Mavondo coming in with 8 from Avorovic as well. So a lot of assisters coming in, as you can see in this tally down here. And it's exactly what I want to be seeing, because the whole point of this tactic is for it to go out, score goals, but also not just score goals from one player. A variety of players scoring and a variety of players assisting the goals. That's exactly what we get to see. In terms of the data hub then, general performance, we're going to have 2.41 goals per game and only conceding 0.62. So in my opinion, a very successful season. Obviously over 2 goals a game, and to be conceding under a goal a game with a 4-3-3, which, to be honest, is designed to be a little bit more attacking, is definitely something I'm proud of. So for me, a very, very good start in this save. We're then going to go over to the Serbian division, which I rarely do play in, to be honest, but luckily we were able to win the Serbian Cup and also the Super League quite comfortably as well, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, not the best display in the Europa League or even the Conference League, although I guess a quarter-final display is okay. Nice are a decent side. We scored 149 goals in this one, so definitely on the attacking spectrum, a lot better than what it was, but obviously I believe there is a few more games in this division, if I am right. We only conceded 29 as well, so defensively, very, very solid, and also going forward, absolutely flawless. And one thing I want to point out with this is you are really going to notice what I mean now by the variety of goal scorers, the sheer amount of goals you can create. We're going to have the striker here coming in with 50 games played, 62 goals, 31 coming in from one of the wingers. On the other side, the attacking midfielder, who I believe could also play on the wing, 31 goals, 25 coming in from the right-hand midfielder. So you've got 62, 31, 31, 25. You then got 7 goals, 6, 5, then a load of 4s. But still, you've got 4 players that are scoring over 20 goals a season. 2 of them scoring over 30, and then obviously your striker, the star man, getting majority of the goals. And that's something which we noticed in pretty much every save we've done. That same pattern was happening over and over. And I've not done it a lot this FM, but I'm really liking allowing the wingers to shoot, because you just get a lot more goals, and it is nice to not rely purely on that centre forward, that advanced forward, whatever you want to call it. In terms of assisters, we can have a look as well. We're going to have 22, 20, 16, 13, 13, 11, 10 and 10. 7 and 7 still quite high. So from this point onwards, from here to here, is all a good amount of assists to have per season. So, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to have 10 players contributing with a very good amount of assists in the team, which is nearly a start on 11. So you definitely can't complain there. In terms of the data hub then, general performance, very, very impressive here. Over 4 goals a game in this save, 4.03 goals per game. A little bit more conceded, but still way under that goal a game mark, sitting at 0.78. So ridiculous stats. Very happy with how this has gone. And do you know what? Quite tempted to actually do a save in the Serbian League one day. Before we carry on with the testing, I want to quickly say, guys, we've officially opened up a Discord server. You can simply join it by clicking the link below, or you can leave a comment and I can send you one as well. But over here, we're going to be doing fantasy drafts with viewers. You're going to get early access to tactics. You can discuss tactics, wonder kids, saves. It's a really good community. It's filling up nicely. So I suggest you come over because trust me, you're going to love it. We then go over to Manchester United, the team I support, and this was, to be honest, my suggestion. I really wanted to get them, tested with, and it was a very successful test. We managed to win the Premier League, win the Europa League, and also the Carabao Cup, scoring 120 goals and only conceding 23. And if we go into the squad, this is where things get very impressive. We're going to have 68 goals coming from one of the most hot prospects. Well, not, it's sort of, it's not really that young anymore, but one of the best players when it comes to games at the moment in Marcus Rashford. 42 goals coming in from Anthony, Bruno Fernandes with 26, Jadon Sancho with 18, 13 coming in for Martial, Varane coming in also with 8, 6 from Eriksen, 6 from Casemiro, even Van der Beek getting involved in the goal scoring. In terms of assists, we're going to have 27 from Anthony, 26 from Bruno, 19 from Eriksen, 16 for Diego Dalot at right back, 15 for Rashford, 14 for Jadon Sancho, Malacia with 12, 9 coming in for Casemiro. So what I really like about this is the fact that we are getting to see how well that front three also assist each other. They help each other out with the goals. They work so well together. And to partner that, you've also got a very creative midfield that gets involved, and the wing-backs as well. I've not really given much credit to the wing-backs, but they do get involved. They score tons of goals, and trust me, it's just incredible the amount of chances you create with this tactic. If we go into the data hub, general performance now, 3.16 goals per game, which is very impressive in the Premier League. Taking into consideration, Manchester United are actually predicted to finish 6th in FM. I don't know if I agree with that. Obviously, in FM, I'd definitely, well, and in real life, potentially, I would definitely favour Manchester City. Not in real life on this one, but Liverpool on this game are always very good. Arsenal, possibly. Chelsea don't really seem to be very good in this game, but oh well, that's not really a concern. Anyway, 3.16 goals per game and only 0.61 conceded. So a very good season, a dominant season from Manchester United. And we've got one more team to test with, and this is what you can expect if you're going to be testing with a powerhouse. So then, the last one is going to be with PSG, and this is what you can expect if you are playing with a sort of powerhouse side. You can expect the high goals, 143, although we were doing that with a lower division side anyway. 21 goals conceded. Also, we were able to win the Champions League, the French League, the French Cup, and the Trophy de Champion, making it a quadruple winning season. We're going to have Kylian Mbappe with 57 goals, but we're going to go into the squad stats because we saw a lot of contributions, especially from the star man Lionel Messi. So let's go in then. In terms of the goals, we're going to have Kylian Mbappe with 57 goals, 41 for Neymar, 36 for Lionel Messi, Vitinha with 14. We've got Salah coming in with 12, 7 for my eyes are going funny here. From Fabian, 7 for Renato Sanchez, Ramos coming in with 6, Verratti with 5. But the assists as well, really good tallies from the players. 32 for Messi, 25 for Neymar, Vitinha with 17, and Mbappe with 14. We've got 12 coming in from Nuno Mendes. We've got Hakimi coming in with 11, Soler with 11, 9 for Verratti, Fabian with 8, and there's still some okay tallies down here. So we are seeing, out of every single save that we've tested with, a nice mixture of goal contributions in terms of assists and also goal scorers, which is exactly what I sort of built this tactic around. In terms of the general performance, we're going to have 3.76 goals per game, which does surprise me. I thought we could have possibly edged it to 4 and above, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at scoring over 3.5 goals a game. And the conceded per game is still very good. Conceding only 0.55. Now, I know they are a very strong team, but it's been made clear to me over several videos you guys like to see different standards of teams being used. And now I'm also trying to include viewer suggestions. So I am doing my best to please you guys in terms of the testing. But if you want to see your team tested with, be sure to leave a comment below because trust me, it will get featured. So the first game we're going to watch in terms of the goals is going to be the French Cup final against Nice. We're going to pick out a couple of games to watch today because who doesn't love goals, right? And if you want to see these goals live, smart little plug here, please do come over to the Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Josh Daly. Just with the A, it's pretty much JOSHDXLY. But to make things easier for you and me, you can simply click the description below and it will take you to all of my links basically, and my Twitch channel will be in there. We had our first stream the other night and it was absolutely incredible. We're doing a lot of stuff over there. We're doing fantasy drafts with viewers, online saves with viewers. We're looking at your tactics. We're talking about football. It's a great time. The first stream was nuts. 40 followers in the first one. Absolutely incredible vibe. So do come over and get involved. But anyway, let's kick things off then. So we go 1-0 up with Vitinha, who goes through, little touch to the left, an easy finish to be honest, to go past the keeper. A very good player, who I don't really mention too much when I use with PSG, but a fantastic player. Lionel Messi from the set piece into Neymar. Actually, Tobido does clear it. It's going to come out to Mbappe, into Sergio Ramos, who tees it up and actually hits it. I knew Ramos scored in this leg, but I was expecting it to be a header, but a very different goal from Ramos there. Into Vitinha again, into Lionel Messi. A great ball into Neymar, a fantastic touch. Goes through, squares it actually to Mbappe. We are seeing that link up now, aren't we, between the front three. Neymar to Mbappe, very unselfish, a great goal. Hakimi back down the line into Verratti. Now I want you to notice as well, this is why there's so many goals going, because we've got 1, 2, 3 and a fourth player there who we can click on. 4 players in the box, but also there's this option who always lurks on the edge of the box, which is going to be Fabian. And he might actually be found here. He is into Fabian, who plays it back into Messi, and it's fluent football. You can't really defend that, to be honest. Sensational football, and it was a game which we definitely did deserve to win. As you can see here by the stats, an absolute brutal beating. We're now going to go over to the Europa League final in a 3-1 win over Inter Milan, and it is going to be us that gets off to the goal scoring lead with Sancho. A great bit of play, cuts it back into the centre where Bruno Fernandes is lurking, and again you can see the sheer amount of people getting involved in that box. Christian Eriksen now with the ball, picks it up into Marcus Rashford. Great bit of burst of pace there. He just goes by himself, blitzes the entire Inter Milan defence, and that is going to be 2-0. It is going to be former man, though, Lukaku, who does get a goal here. He plays it into Lorato, makes a great run. I feel Dalot has to do better here. So it's not really a tactical error, just a player error, as he lets the ball way too easily go from his path. And Lukaku, very composed for this Inter Milan side, obviously tucks it away. We don't settle, though. We don't sit on the 2-1 win. We go again. Down this left-hand side, great link-up play into Malacia, who drives it across into Marcus Rashford, who finishes the game off. So, you know, a 3-1 win against a side like Inter Milan is a very, very good sign. And as you can see, it's a full-strength Inter Milan side. Just a 5 at the back doesn't always work, and I feel like it possibly could have cost them this final. So we're now going to get into your favourite part of the video, the tactic breakdown. Before we do though, please do leave a like on this video and do subscribe to the channel, and please do turn on notifications. And another thing, if you are trying to get involved with the community a little bit more, there's tons of us over there now. Please do join the community Discord, which is in the description below. It's a great place, everything FM23 based, and a really good friendly place to also get included with the streams. But let's focus on my ultimate 4-3-3. So this tactic was basically built around the traditional 4-3-3, but it's just a little bit more attacking in some areas compared to my other ones that I've released. And a lot of you guys are wanting me to remake the 4-1-2-1-2, because obviously I know that was made very early on into the game set or the game year. So that is something I am doing. Every comment which you've asked for is getting work done, I do promise. But this was one which obviously I'd scheduled and one which I've been planning for a while, so we're going to get right into it. My ultimate 4-3-3 then. So we're going to start off with a positive mentality. In possession, you want fairly wide, play out of defence. Passing directness is going to be set to shorter, higher tempo, be more expressive, and mix crosses. Now, this is based off a tiki-taka style, but it's not completely tiki-taka in my opinion. There's definitely that element. Obviously, you are seeing some good link-up play, but you will also be seeing the ball get hit long when needed to. When there's a good run, a good option in behind, your players are going to look for that. So it's not a completely tiki-taka based tactic. In my opinion, it's a really good hybrid between like a sort of tiki-taka based tactic and a really intense press. It just works really, really well. Again, in this tab here, by the way, if you are chasing a game, obviously you could look to how possibly run at defence. That might give you something different, make them a little bit more aggressive. Loads of stuff you can do on this screen alone. If you're defending a game, you could take off to be more expressive. Loads of little things you can look to tweak. In transition, you want counter press, counter, distribute to the fullbacks and the centre backs, and throw it long. I personally prefer throw it long when I'm making my tactics. Out of possession, you want to have standard defensive line, high press line of engagement much more often and prevent your goalkeeper distribution. And now, the player roles, the key part of the tactic. The advanced forward first is going to be on attack, take more risks, dribble more, shoot more often, and move into channels. And this is what I was on about, guys. The wingers being told to shoot more helps out so much, getting them involved, getting them goals, because it takes off a lot of pressure from the striker. Shoot more often, roam from position, dribble more, cut inside with the ball, get further forwards. And on the right hand side, it's going to be an inside forward on attack. Shoot more often, roam from position, cut inside with the ball, take more risks, cross less often, and get further forwards. Now, for some reason, if you've not got wingers at all that can finish, I'm talking wingers that might have 6 shooting, 7 shooting, you can take that shoot more often off. Like I said, I've not tested with that. I still think the tactic would work. Obviously, they're just being more creative than finishers themselves. But if you've got wingers that can shoot, or even one, I would recommend testing it, guys, because trust me, it works really, really well. We then have 3 in midfield. Whenever I have a 3 in midfield that I make personally, I always go with a box-to-box because it's really, really crucial. But to start off, I met Zala on attack, the most attacking midfield player we actually offer in this tactic. Attacking, dribble more, shoot less often, take more risks, get further forward, stay wider, move into channels and roam from position. The box-to-box is on the support role, take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often, get further forwards, move into channels and roam from position. And then the deep line playmaker on support, dribble more, shoot less often, take more risks and hold position. This role could be replaced possibly with a slightly more defensive one, or you could go with a Roman playmaker if you prefer that style. But just a deep line playmaker, I'm a big fan of this role in this game. At the moment especially, because they just always find the runners in behind and they always find the options. Obviously, it's such a good role. That and the Volante, honestly, incredible roles. Going over to the back line then, we're going to have a wing back on the left on automatic, take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often, get further forwards and run wide with the ball. On the right hand side, it's exactly the same. So we're not going to repeat it. It's literally exactly the same. And again, you could switch this to a fullback if needed, but just from what I've seen with this tactic, if you can stick with it, keep the wing backs. 2 ball playing defenders, both on defend now. Shoot less often, stay wider, take more risks and hold position. And this one, dribble more, stay wider, take more risks and hold position. One more player to go over, a very easy position to go over, the sweeper keeper on support and on take more risks. Now guys, that is going to be this tactic broken down. As always, you can download this from the FM Scout website, and as I like to say before, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other exciting stuff going on right now. We are also going to be live tonight. When this video comes out at 4 PM, we're going to be live from 5:30, so do come over from this video, let me know what you thought of it, and show some love, because we're a very friendly community. There's tons of ways you guys can get involved. Trust me, it's worth your time. But that's going to be it for me today, guys, and I will see you in the next one.